I am Neil Larthos. I am the next Abdullah. You are the next Neville Goddard. Your SP gets wet, moist, every single time they think of you, and your bank account makes Jeff Bezos look homeless. Your SP simps for you. Women, this one is for you, okay? I know a lot of you women are like, this is only the male perspective. When are you gonna make a video for us, Neo? Well, it's right here, bitch, so let's calm down. So, your SP simps for you, okay? Look, women, and of course, if you're a guy and you just love seeing my face, you could also watch this video and flip the roles. It's simple. The only reason why you don't have your SP, whether it's an ex or whether it's the hot guy that you still don't have the guts to ask out, or if it's fucking Cristiano Ronaldo, okay? The reason why is because there is, number one, assumptions in the way of you having that SP, blockages, and then B, you probably are being the self-concept of the one who naturally does not get what they want, whether that's SP or money or both. Now, of course, as you guys are aware, I love giving you guys affirmations. I love giving you guys imaginal acts. But to be straight up honest with you guys, we only give that to you as prescription drugs for you to ultimately deal with. I mean, in many ways, they're almost like painkillers in the meantime while you are waiting for it to actually manifest in the 3D. But in reality, if you would just understand that you are God. No, you did not create fucking Noah's Ark, but if you were to realize who you actually are, that everything is a reflection of you, and that the whole reason why you don't have SP right now is because it's just a reflection of you. If you were to understand that, then you could just, at the snap of a finger, decide that SP is in love with you, and that is exactly what will reflect. Now, when I say this, okay, because I was dealing with a client just yesterday, when I say this, that doesn't mean that you are going to get a text that second, okay? I'm not going to be one of those manifestation coaches that say, like, once you do my techniques, you will right away get results. I'm not going to say that, okay? But the wheels will, at the very least, get in motion in the 3D, okay? But you want to get to the point where you are so in love with yourself that you are okay with giving it to yourself in the 4D in the meantime. Okay, because a lot of you ladies are wanting to be a goddess, or wanting to be the baddest bitch on the planet. But would the baddest bitch on the planet keep telling me, whenever I try to tell them to just give you your SP in an imaginal act, 5-second first-person perspective, imagine you guys being intimate, imagine you guys holding each other's hands and the engagement rings on both fingers, right? Would a goddess tell me in response to that, yeah, but I need him. What if it doesn't work out? What if I don't have enough money? What if he finds somebody else? I don't know if I'd be able to take it. I don't think I'd be able to breathe. I mean, fucking imagine if Aphrodite was to speak that way about another man. Imagine if your celebrity role model, if you're a woman, would talk that way about some random thirsty guy in her fucking inbox, right? I mean, what would you say about her? You'd probably lose respect for her if you heard her talk like that, you know? And that's understandable that you ladies feel that pain. You feel the distance. You feel like the pain of rejection, right? It's understandable, okay? But there's a reason why most people don't get their SP, because 99% of people will try a technique, they won't get any sort of signs of results within a couple of days, and then they say, oh, well, it's not working. But even the fact that you checked the 3D to see if it works already fucked everything up, and you have to start over again. Now, no, that doesn't mean that you have to start a whole fucking 2 weeks process and you know, it's like a deck of cards that you knocked over and you have to put everything back together. No, but every single time that you keep checking the 3D, you are admitting, I don't have it, right? So I say this because I notice that a lot of my female clients are like this. They are very nervous. They're very like, oh my God, right? They don't occupy their time with anything useful other than maybe the job that they have to go to, okay? All they're doing is checking their SP's WhatsApp status and making sure that he's not texting another girl, and you're basing your fucking life all around that. Well, if that is your life, not only are you not acting like a goddess on her fucking throne, but you are admitting with your actions that you don't have him. If you had him blowing up your phone all the damn time, would you be asking, is he interested in me? Is he interested in me? No. Like I was talking to a client the other day. She told me that when she was with her SP, who now is blocking her, before when he was chasing her, she actually got a little annoyed, right? I don't care how much you love this person. It's going to get to the point where you get bored of them, especially when you lose the excitement of having to win them over, okay? So that's why when I give you guys imaginal acts, I tell you, ladies, to imagine your phone being blown up. You don't even necessarily have to see what the text says. You could even just feel a vibration in your pocket and get the thought, oh, that's my phone. It's probably him again. You can even have the thought, him again, him again, him again, and have this feeling of, oh shit, I have to respond to him because then he's going to get mad, right? But know that it's your SP, right? And believe it or not, that is more realistic of a imaginal act, and probably even a more powerful supercharge to your subconscious than you just telling yourself that your SP is obsessed with you and he wants the white picket fence marriage with you and to have 50 children, right? Which of course you could say that too. But if we're being real here, what I like about that imaginal act is that it's putting you on the pedestal. You are feeling like the baddest bitch because now it's him chasing you, right? And you're putting him in his place where he belongs, because I don't care if you are trying to manifest Cristiano Ronaldo. You are better than Cristiano Ronaldo, okay? I don't care if you're trying to manifest a guy that all the girls that they want to get in his fucking pants. I don't care if it's the guy who attracts all the hot girls on campus, okay? Or it has the most followers on fucking Instagram. You are better than that motherfucker. And don't you fucking forget it. The only reason why you think that he's better than you and that he's some catch is because you're putting him on the pedestal. That's the way you're defining him. But until you start talking about yourself like, no, actually he bought me 10 fucking engagement rings for each and every finger and 10 fucking engagement rings for every single fucking toe. Why? Because I'm all that is. Because I'm that motherfucking bad bitch where every single guy, the moment he sees me, gets instantly hard immediately upon eye contact. Okay? You got to start talking about yourself like that. But when you start, listening to us tell you that you're God, us telling you that you are the operant power, us telling you that you're source, right? But then you start saying, yeah, but what if this doesn't work? And what if this? And what if that? You already are in the state of the person who will not manifest their SP. Congratulations, you fucked it up. Okay? If you're going to have that, I'm not saying that the intrusive thoughts of what if this doesn't work and, I hope that this manifestation coach is not scamming me. I'm not saying that those thoughts are the moment you have them, you fuck it up. But if you identify with those thoughts, right? If you let them persist, okay? Instead of just letting them pass you by like a fly in the air when you're trying to eat your fucking In-N-Out burger, or like the fucking clouds in the blue skies, right? You can't shoo away the clouds. You can't you can't wait for the rain to shoo away the clouds. You don't control the fucking weather, right? You might not be able, you can spray fly spray when you're trying to eat at the fucking restaurant, but at the end of the fucking day, you know, the flight can still come back. Okay? And your thoughts ultimately are a reflection of your identity either way. So if you want to know how to control your thoughts, it's by changing the way you see yourself. And one of the easiest ways to change the way you see yourself is to work on your self-concept. And let's peel the onion even deeper. One of the quickest ways to change your self-concept is to develop an alter ego that looks the same as you, that has the same lisp and the same mole on their back and the birthmark on their ass cheek. But the only difference is that they have SP and they have the money, and they're not always bitching every single day about, oh, where is he? What if he cheats on me? I'm so ugly. I'm so fucking fat, even though you look like a fucking number 2 pencil. If you create another alter ego and name herself fucking Sasha Bad Bitch or whatever, when your real name is Maria, and you look at her as your role model, you'll realize that it's the same person, and you just shifted to another state. And therefore, you can always choose that alter ego whenever you feel like you're not the baddest bitch, whenever you see in the 3D circumstances that he's not texting you. And therefore, when you say, no, I'm actually not Maria, I'm actually Sasha Bad Bitch, and I always get my phone blown up, so much so that I got to order another one because it's overheating. Right? If you were to step into any sort of imaginal reality, which is an alter ego, whether it's your imaginal act where you have SP, and you were just to persist in that and trust that everything that you're seeing right now where SP has you blocked on all platforms, or you're not getting him to respond to your text, or he's not even looking at you, and maybe there's a third person involved. Right? All that is a reflection of your past assumptions. Maybe one time, maybe if this is an ex that you're trying to manifest, you probably had the thought of, what if he cheats on me? What if I'm not good enough for him? And therefore, because you identified with that, it's one thing to have the thought, but it's another thing to identify with it. If you identify with that thought and you say, yeah, that sounds like me, whether you say it verbally or whether you just feel connected to that thought, and you don't check it with, no, I actually am the baddest bitch, every guy in the room gets hard the moment I walk inside that fucking door. If you don't check it with something like that, if you don't check it with the self-concept of your alter ego who actually has SP, then guess the fuck what? It will have to reflect. If you don't get those thoughts checked, it will have to reflect. Remember that, okay? That is why you see everything in your life regarding SP against you and rejecting you and making you feel unwanted, right? Or maybe it's a situation where he takes you out on dates, he says that you're cute, and he texts you, but you feel like he's not ready for commitment. That could be something else, and I know that's a huge fucking thing. Well, maybe because you have never seen yourself as one who is worthy of commitment. You ever thought of that? Well, the moment you accept your God power and you accept that you are source and you start deciding from that power, which is why I say alter egos are crucial, because for me, I just use my alter ego, which is Neo Larthos, as the version of me who is already in my God source. I don't see myself when I'm Neo Larthos as a human, as the mind, as the body, as the person who has flaws. I see myself as the God who is perfect and who has everything right now. So you want to act as you are that bad bitch, as you are the girl who all the guys are leaving their fucking families in order to create families with you, right? I know so many women who it's gotten to the point where they're almost like an alpha male themselves with all the attention that they get from men, right? And maybe you don't even want that. Maybe you don't even care about getting all the attention from men, and you just want that one guy, right? And it could be a very sweet guy, and for some strange reason you just find yourself in a situation where he's not choosing you right now. Well, even though you might not want to be that, you know, alpha woman, that goddess who is having her inbox flooded, at the same time, one thing that I learned from studying these women who get all that attention is that they just don't give a fuck, right? And it's to the point where men come to them like water, right? And even if you are not trying to get that much attention from men, if you were to just see men in general as a renewable resource where they come to you like nothing, and even if it doesn't work out with SP, you'll still find you some guy 10 times handsomer, 10 times richer, 10 times more charismatic and funnier and enjoyable and way more better in bed, right? Then that is an abundance mindset that any person who attracts SPs like fucking water, they have that mindset. And the best way to have that mindset is to detach, okay? And the best way to detach is to see all the men in your fucking life like holograms, which in reality they are, because A, they are just a reflection of your past assumptions, which means that this is not even what's really happening now. This is a reflection of something that you thought of in the past, okay? For example, if it's a guy at your workplace and he's ignoring you, this is a past reflection of when you constantly throughout your teenage years, because of your shitty high school relationships or your bad relationship with your father, you felt unwanted. Therefore, this is just a reflection of you. You, in reality, when you are making love to another man, you are really making love to you, right? We are all one, right? That's why they say that your thoughts are not private, because when you're talking shit about yourself, when you are saying, I hope nobody sees this pimple on my face, guess what? They are going to notice the pimple on your face. I can't tell you how many fucking times I'm trying to avoid not getting caught and then I get caught doing something, or trying to hide something, you know, maybe when I'm blushing, and the more I try to hide it, I only blush harder. Therefore, it's more visible to whoever I'm talking to, right? But if you were just to detach and you were to recognize reality for what it is, which is just a past reflection, you would realize that the way that this works is the only reason why I keep seeing the same thing is because I keep thinking the same thing, because I keep being the same one, right? And you're probably thinking, oh, but Neo, I cannot just overnight be the bad bitch. Well, even that is a fucking limited belief. I'm not telling you to, if you are a fucking librarian or you're some innocent church girl, that you have to all of a sudden start dressing in a fucking breastplate of a medieval female warrior and then, you know, just have your fucking crown and you have to go to Party City in order to get your costume. I'm not saying that. It's all mental. Okay, you see I have something right here. If I was to tell myself right now before I go get my lunch that I hope that the waitress doesn't see this fucking weird, I don't even know, what is it, a marker or whatever, guess what? They're gonna fucking notice it, and I'm gonna try to be making eye contact and they're just gonna be going like this the whole time. What the fuck is that, right? But if I was to say I don't give a fuck, I could have a whole Big Dipper all over this fucking playbook of a forehead right here, guess what? They probably would ask for the fucking number. I can tell you how many times, ladies, that I went in there and did not give a fuck about my appearance. And I'm telling you, practically, I could have asked for all 5 of the waitresses' numbers and they probably would have said yes. And I've actually done that before, where I just felt like I did not give a fuck and I just got the number on the spot, right? But when I'm so focused on, man, should I wear the Cuban chain or should I wear just the diamond one? Should I wear the double one or should I go ahead and go with my gold watch, right? When I start focusing all on that, now maybe they might notice my jewelry and like it. But if I'm so insecure about it, the moment I fuck up with my charisma or with a joke, they're going to say, oh, well, you know, I don't know if I'm really feeling this guy. Why? Because I was so focused on not fucking up. I was so overly focused on the chain. The moment that they even see a wrinkle in my shirt, it's going to be over for me. Because I was so focused on hopefully I look perfect. Because if I say hopefully I look perfect, then I'm already admitting that I'm sometimes not perfect, right? But if I was to say no, the moment I walk into any restaurant, whether it's McDonald's or fucking BJ's Brewhouse, all the waitresses get fucking moist the moment I step in there, right? And if I walk in there not giving a fuck if my fucking love handles are hanging out, right? Yet they see that I don't give a fuck, then guess what? They're not going to give a fuck either. Okay? I mean, I remember I used to be so afraid to gain weight, and then just the other day I had one of my bosses, right, who is relatively attractive. She flat out told me, wow, you're gaining weight, but I kind of like it. And this motherfucking bitch is married. Okay? Like, calm down, motherfucker. But what am I getting at, ladies? What I'm getting at is you guys have the tendency to overthink a lot. Okay? And that's not doing you any favors. You are not the mind, you are not the body. Okay? So let your mind do the thinking for you, but don't add more thoughts to that. If your brain tells you, what if he's seen somebody else? Don't interact with that and say, yeah, that is true. What would I do if he's seen somebody else? If your brain says, what if he's seen somebody else? Say, he cannot fucking wait to see me. I wonder where he's going to take me tonight. Right? Even though he has had you blocked on all platforms for the past 5 years. Right? Because look, I'm going to say one of the most realist things here, and maybe some of you guys might not like to hear this, right? But I truly believe that you either A, will manifest your SP, or you will manifest somebody better. Now, hold on. You're probably saying, wait, so you mean to tell me this is all a scam? You mean to tell me, Neo, that you're admitting that this shit might not work? How would it not work? Because you see, I believe that the people who change your self-concept, whether man or woman, when they change your self-concept and see themselves as the SP, see themselves as the specific person, when you realize that you are the fucking SP, you sometimes lose fucking interest for that SP because you realize they no longer are on your level, right? And even still, they end up coming back, right? But if you end up manifesting somebody better, remember, whether it's Billy or whether it's Andrew, whether it's the hot guy at the gym or whether it's your ex, they are all the same person because they are a reflection of you. The whole theme to this story, to this movie, of this experience of you manifesting your SP is to teach you that you are not manifesting nothing but you. You want to know how to manifest the reality of your dreams? It's to realize that it's been you the whole time. Just like the Wizard of Oz, when you finally see the man behind the mask, it's been you the whole time. Don't you get it? This is what we're all trying to teach you. This is all about you. This is all about you falling in love with yourself. This is all about you when you're walking down the supermarket and you realize that no guy is giving you any choosing signal at all. And you feel like, oh, well, maybe I'm ugly. No, you give yourself the choosing signal right now. No, I'm actually the baddest bitch in this fucking store. I mean, my ass is just fucking titanium. Okay, all the women wish they were me. All the wives have to mate guard their husband whenever I'm passing by because they know the threat that I pose. Men are willing to leave their wife and children just for a one-night stand with me. That's how fucking dangerous my sexiness is, right? You give yourself to that every single moment that you notice that your SP hasn't texted, when you notice that the circumstances are not providing any movement, and you think that the manifestation isn't working. You give yourself that right now. And when you really miss him, make a 5-second imaginal act in first-person perspective. And yes, you can do it in third person, but I'm trying to make it more easy on you guys. When you are actually sucking his dick, you are not going to see yourself sucking his dick. It's going to be right fucking here, okay? So give yourself a 5-second imaginal act. You guys are holding each other's hands, engagement rings on both fingers. Imagine your phone vibrating in your pants and you're saying, oh my gosh, it's him again, right? And if you can remember the moment that you felt before when you were in love, just mimic that feeling, that excitement, but convert it to your imaginal acts, and it will make the imaginal acts feel stronger, right? And the more you loop it, the more you will impress your subconscious, and it will plant the seed. And you won't even have to do imaginal acts anymore because, like I said, it's not about the technique. Those are just painkillers to help the symptoms of you waiting for your 3D, for you to give yourself your SP in the moment when you miss him, when you desire him, when you notice that he's not there in the 3D. Because either ways, when you notice that he's not there in the 3D, you're actually admitting that he's not there. Therefore, you're stepping in the state of the person who doesn't have him. You want to know the easiest way to be in the state is to admit that you are God, that you're not the mind, that you're not the body, which is the one perceiving that you don't have him in the 3D. You are whoever the fuck you say you are. Okay? Walk in your alter ego. That doesn't just mean thinking about SP all the time. Your alter ego is the one who has all the money. Your alter ego is the one who gets Starbucks for free whenever she wants. Your alter ego is the one who has fucking confidence, and all her friends never fucking talk shit about her because she's the definition of fucking love, right? Her family is always fucking happy to see her whenever she visits them for the holidays, right? People are knocking on your door because they feel like you are the source of their time and energy, and you are the priority, and they love asking you for advice because you're just the baddest bitch on the fucking planet, and they always see you as the one who has their shit together, right? And you could be telling yourself this even though you are living with your roommate and you just got fired from fucking Baskin Robbins, right? Because whatever you see in the 3D does not matter, right? And the moment that you can stop giving a fuck about what the 3D is showing you, and whenever you truly feel horny, you can see your SP opening your legs in that 5-second imaginal act and just give you the intimacy right there. And I promise you, just like the way you manifested all this shit with all your insecurity thoughts is the same way that you will eventually manifest your SP or somebody greater in the 3D if you persist in that identity. Whether it's through imaginal acts, whether it's through telling yourself that your SP bought you 10 engagement rings for each finger and 10 engagement rings for every single toe, or whether it's just simply by walking in an alter ego, and whether it's you have to put on a necklace to embrace the role, or whether it's just an imaginal thing that you just say, okay, I am now Sasha Badass, right? You can do that, or you can just simply decide right now, I am God, I am source, and if I say that I have SP, even though he has me blocked for 5 years in a row, I'm saying I have SP, right? You're not going to see movement until you're able to just enjoy your life the way that it is right now, right? And realize that, yeah, you can have them right now in your imagination, and that's good enough, because either ways, your imagination will have no other choice but to reflect it. Okay, so if you guys want to go deeper and you feel like your situation requires something more one-on-one, because I know that everybody's situation is different, and maybe there is a certain approach, a certain way that you need to hear me say it to you to get it to click, then maybe these videos are not, going in enough detail about. Book a consultation with me. We can talk prices. My name is Neil Larthos, and you can email me at neillarthos@gmail.com. And if for some reason you say, you know what, I'm not in the best financial situation, I am willing to negotiate, okay? Because ultimately, I know that there is an option for you. Work with me once, and your life is going to change, okay? So I'm the best fucking manifestation coach out there, and you guys know this, all right? So with that being said, guys, I am Neil Larthos. This is all that the I Am Awareness had to say, and I know you're going to be okay.